All right, everyone, we're back for the late show. How are you? Did you have a good show with Trish? What did she do for you? Did she juggle? Did she juggle? Did she did she solve a crime? Is that what she did? Did she solve a mystery in true crime? Maybe she did. Maybe she did. I don't know. I'm glad you're back here today. Interesting. I have been looking up some more information about that Amber Alert. Haven't found a great deal, which is interesting. Normally we get like a vehicle and CCTV and all this stuff, but very little about um, these two children, Willow and Wyman. And I guess there's the vehicle. Yeah, there's the vehicle, which is a terrible photo. There's the Buick. A Buick Enclave is what they're looking for. 2008 model. They said the Amber Alert activated by California Highway Patrol on behalf of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. There's Mom, I'm guessing, Tiffany Bryant. Do you reckon this is the kid's father? Because there's a huge age difference, right? What is that, like 14-year age difference between Tiffany and David? I mean, could be. We have people with age differences all the time, but I mean, that kid looks like him. The child looks like dad. The little girl looks very much like mummy. But there you go. Amber Alert. Not a ton of new information, unfortunately. The 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 Democratic National Conference or whatever it is. I never said anything like that. I think someone said I could juggle, and I said I can juggle, and then someone demanded it, and I said, well, I don't know where the juggling balls are. And then I said, well, if I ever find them, I might. But I never found them, so I don't know where they are. They got put away when we moved, and I don't know what happened to them. They're probably in a box somewhere with all the stuff when we moved. Huh. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, information about these Amber Alert. I wish we had a little bit more about the circumstances surrounding their disappearance. If they are in Vermont and West 83rd Street, South LA, let's have a look. Okay, let's go to maps. So this is a place called Vermont Knolls. Okay. Let me just double check that address. Vermont and West 83rd. That's Manchester. This is South LA. Okay. At 79th, 92nd. We may have gone too far. Oh well, it's somewhere around here. Here, I'll show you guys. So this is Vermont. 84th. What's the street we're looking for? 83rd. So it's 84, 83rd. Okay, so here's the intersection. So they were last seen around here. The hell is around here? Oh. What is that? DPSS? Department of Social Services? DCFS? That's interesting that's right on the cross streets of where they were last seen. That there was a freaking DCFS right here. Do you think they were at a DCFS meeting? That is very interesting. I sound tired? I'm always tired, my friend. I'm always tired. Wait, is my microphone okay? I'm always tired. Do I have any apples or oranges? No, I don't have any. I have bananas. I don't think I can juggle with banana though. Yeah, so that's Los Angeles County Child Support Services. Okay. That is a clue. That wouldn't be there for no reason. I don't think they're going to what's this place here? I don't think they're going to Baja Auto Parts. I don't think they're going to this place here where there's a, you know, a spare parts place. I don't think so. They must be here at the DPSS or DCFS or LA County Child Support Services. So I'm guessing they had a meeting. Here, the four were discovered missing after a visit to their home by the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so why would they say they were discovered missing when they went to their home, but give their last known location as right where DCFS is? So there must be some sort of child issue going on here because how was this the last known location and how did they know to visit the home? There's something there with the thing there. Just need one more? No, I've already told Mrs. Ping no more cats. No more. No more animals. We used to have one, and I said, "No more." And then she got another one, and I said, "No more." And so far, she's kept to that. No more. No more animals. No cat juggling. Muffin would kill me, and Rory is a little too, she's she's a girl who likes her food. I don't think you could even throw her in the air. She's quite a big cat. She weighs about 10 pounds, so she's a big girl. I don't think we could juggle her. Muffin maybe, although he's got giant paws that would kill you. Um, so yeah, I suspect in this particular case that there is some sort of like they saying here they were allegedly abducted by their parents. So is this some sort of thing where they only have like a timed visit with the parents? Like they can have them on a weekend or something, but they can't have them 7 days a week due to court order or due to, something they've done where they don't treat the children 100% right, or it just sounds odd. It sounds odd. How do you get abducted by your own parents unless there is a custody or a DCFS case open? All right, let's see. Let me look up the parents. Where are the parents? David James and Tiffany Bryant. Let's have a look. Because otherwise, I don't get it. It's like it's not possible. All right, let's go to Los Angeles. Here we go. More information from California Highway Patrol. All right, shush. Says here, the children were allegedly taken by their parents about 3 p.m. on Wednesday from the area on Vermont Avenue and West 83rd Street in Los Angeles, which is where DCFS is, during a supervised visit, according to investigators. Ta-da! Magic! The children were with their parents, Tiffany Bryant and David James, during a supervised visit. Against against child custody orders, the parents took the children and left the location. Hey, it's magic! There's my magic trick. Ta-da! I set you all up, and then I told you the punchline. There you go. So yeah, definitely. It seems like these guys are not allowed to have their children for whatever reason. Supervised visitation only, and they have absconded with the children. Where to? I don't know. Where could you get from here? How far away from anywhere is it? Okay. I mean, it's smack bang in the middle of LA. I mean, even if you went on the run to, I don't know, Laguna or San Clemente or something like it's a hell of a drive. Even if you went north, you'd be through San Francisco, Pasadena, Bakersfield, like Fresno. I mean, it's a huge drive. Stockton, Sacramento. I don't know. Or would you just hide within LA? What do you guys think? Do you think they're on the run to a far away location? Or do you think they've planned this and they're like, okay, at the next visitation, with the children, we're going to grab the children, put them in a car, and we're going to go hide with Auntie Kevin and Auntie Merrill on their camping site in Nebraska. Like I'm not sure. Mexico? Mexico. I mean, that's what I was saying about Laguna. I mean, you could drive down there or San Clemente. You could get down there, but it's a bit of a drive, right? It's a bit of a I mean, to get down to the border. I mean, they're up there where that red tag is. You have to drive all the way down the coast, all the way through Carlsbad, Ensenada, and get down to Tijuana. You have to get down to Tijuana and cross the border somehow. If they hit the border point here, this is the border point right here. This is that big one that all those movies you see through Hollywood. Look how many lanes this thing is. You got like a billion lanes of traffic. Um, if they went through here, they would have got pinged through either number plate recognition or passport control, whatever. They probably would have got picked up. Man, that is a facility and a half, right? That place is just giant. I just can't believe how much traffic. How many toll booths is that? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 alone. What, like 40 toll booths? 40? At least 40. There's at least 40 lanes of traffic. Wow. So no, I reckon if they went through there, they'd probably would have got picked up already. Unless they went down the Tijuana River. Maybe they went down the river. Like, like that, what's that book that everyone talks about with the kid who paints fences? I can't remember. But maybe. Is there another way to jump the border if you get down here? Is there another access road, or you have to go through that one access point? I have no idea. I've never done it, but maybe you just get here, you come down the beach, right? You get onto the beach, you creep around this wall, walk down here, creep down here, and then you just swim around the fence. You just swim around it. And then look, ta-da, you're in Mexico. It's like half an hour. And then you put the kids on your back, and then you just swim around here, and then come back here, and then you're free. You're free. No one will ever know. You just swim around the half a fence. That is great security, by the way. Great security. No one will ever defeat it. If you had a boogie board, you could get through here in 10 minutes. There's probably security there. You'd have to. You'd have to have customs or U.S. Army or something that have to be here. Have to be. No, I don't know. I mean, they could go north too. If they're up here, hold on. Where's our placing? There's San Diego. There we go. So this is where they went missing from. If we go up here, I mean, they could have gone west. They could head out into the desert. They could go out into Phoenix. They could head north into Nevada. You could go really far north and head into Canada. I mean, that's where people like to go. I don't know. Sharks. They have sharks. Care in Canada says they definitely have sharks that patrol that half a fence. They just have them there on a leash with like lasers and electronic collars, so they can't go too far. So they're always around the fence. So they have sharks that attack people under the control of the US government if you try and swim around that border. Definitely. Supervising sharks, that's 100% it. They've trained them like the dolphins, and now they have, patrol sharks that swim around trying to eat people. They're definitely great whites because they're the biggest ones, so you guys are very silly. Hey, Glitter. Glitter, do you like our conversation about US customs and their trained sharks? Let me know. Let me know. No, let's get back to the real story here. Let's play the video. Maybe it has more information for us. It's not a very long video. Let's see.
Continues this morning for a pair of siblings. 2-year-old Wyman and 4-year-old Willow Bryant disappeared 5 days ago, last seen in the Vermont Knolls area. Investigators believe that their biological parents, Tiffany Bryant and David James, took them during a supervised visit. They may be driving a brown Buick Enclave SUV with no front plates and blue rear paper plates. If you've seen them, please call.
Terrible video. Terrible. All right, hold on. There we go. The Vermont Knolls area.
Search continues this morning for.
That's not what we wanted to do. Let me see if okay, here we go. CPF.
This morning for a pair of siblings.
Shut up. There we go. CHP alerts. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find. You know, some people have a very interesting point. If they went missing from a government building, how come they have not released any CCTV or anything like that of them like walking out or last known location with authorities, that type of thing? That's a good point. The person who brought that up. Paper tags, sovereign citizens, maybe. They do like to write those weird signs that are like, "Oh, I don't pay Rego because I reject your taxes on the road because I am a freeman of the earth and the roads I don't know, they don't pay for, or I have a misunderstanding about how taxes are collected, and somehow I've convinced myself that all the rules that apply to everyone else don't apply to me." I don't know how it works with the Freeman movement and all that, but I do know they do put those paper tags on their vehicles. Hold on, I can probably find you an example. Let's see if I can find one for you because they're pretty funny. Yeah, here's one they have a few of them. There's a few different types. Here's one. Sometimes they just write it like that. And they think that somehow this enables them to drive around without paying for their rego. I don't know how that works, but that's a good point. Maybe they're like, hey, we can't show people how they got out because then people will know our security here at the place where we're supposed to take care of children is terrible. And then no one will ever trust us with children ever again. But yeah, they do stuff like this and, you know, I don't know. They believe that they don't have to pay taxes or something. Oh, look, you can buy one. Ah, do you all want to buy one? Let's have a look. How much will it cost me? I thought they don't believe in money. Oh, Pagino now in Contradata. What does that mean? Page not found. Okay, good work, Ping. Good work. Let me see if I can make the photo go. Here we go. So apparently for $23 you can buy one of these, a plastic one that you can put on your car. Well, why do that when you can just write it yourself in Sharpie? Says here, traveling, not driving. Is that how you often move around? Are you traveling but not driving? Buy one of these license plates. Private property. I don't think that's how vehicles work. It might be a piece of property, but it is not a piece of land. Navigator of this automobile is a non-profit traveler. How many of you are a for-profit traveler in your vehicle? I mean, when you get to your workplace, or if you're an Uber driver, maybe. But most of us driving around in our vehicles are probably non-profit travelers because we're spending money on fuel. Under common law and is not bound under contract of duty as word cut off. Any violations of my rights may result in civil and criminal penalties. Oh yeah, there's a guy around here. He has a sign on his wall out the front of his place, and it says, "Police, if you come in here and you raid my property, you'll owe me $1 million in fines." And I'm like, do you really think you can collect on that? I would love to see you send an invoice to Victoria Police asking for $1 million for violating your sign or your property, whatever. I would love to see you try and collect it. Please send me the video of you handing the police your bill because I would find that amazing. It does not. It does not work. Do you want to see what happens when you try and do this type of stuff? I will show you. Hold on. So this is in the US. This is from a YouTuber called Patrick J. Darcy. Hey, Patrick J. Darcy. I'm going to just borrow your video, just a little bit of it. So these people, there's a cop here, very nice cop, trying to do his trying to do his day. He's trying to say, "Hey, buddy, get out of the car, give me your license," and all this type of stuff. And then the cop's probably yapping on with him, and the guy's like, "Bro, I have a job to do. Like, you're taking up a lot of my time. There's little kids being essayed and people being killed and stuff like that. I don't want to deal with your stupidity." And then eventually, look how far this goes on. It's like 25 minutes. The cop's like, "If you don't come out, I'm gonna drag you out." Oh, there he goes. He broke his window. And then they just drag your ass out of the window. So, no, it doesn't work. If ever, never ever. They just don't care. They're just like, "Nope." They are some funny people. I mean, I don't get it. You just somehow think that by writing random words about how you're not a corporation and this and blah blah, somehow that exempts you from having to follow the rules and regulations under which our countries are founded. No, it doesn't work that way. There is no get out of jail free card from life. It's not the way it works. We all pay tax. We all pay, you know, local government fees. We all contribute. That's what democracy is. Democracy is that we all pay a certain amount of our tax, and it contributes to the roads and the hospitals and whatever else the government wastes our money on. Hey, I didn't say they did a good job of spending our money. I just said that they do spend our money that we give them. They didn't say they did a very good job. They do a pretty piss poor job, but all right. So there's your Freeman people. They could be, and the paper number plate is interesting. Although, if you buy a car from Carvana, which I don't know if these people did, a 2008 Buick, but okay. If you buy a car from Carvana, sometimes it will have a paper number plate, a temporary registration. That is possible too. They may not be Freemans. They could be a temporary, plate they have. Did they give us a license plate number? Maybe we can look up when it was registered. Let's have a look. What does the CHP say? So, okay, actually, this is actually, okay. We have a sort of photo of, what does that say? Actually, there's no number plate on the front, which they say, but what the hell is that? That's no California license plate that I've ever seen. Have you? It's blue with like a tick on it and then something else. It might be a dealer plate. And then the front doesn't have one at all. You would have thought this would have got picked up in a second, that they would have picked up this car if it's been driving around LA, that CHP or LAPD would have got it in minutes because they would have picked it up that it had no plates. Does anyone recognize that blue license plate here? It's very hard to see, I know. What is that? It's definitely some sort of like tick. And then something like something white? I'm not sure. Maybe someone knows. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If is it a dealership like temporary thing, like before you buy a vehicle and get plates? A dealer name. Okay. TJ said one of the callers to the radio station I listened to once said it's hard to stay out of prison. Uh, you know, I actually believe that for some people, especially some of our people from a worse off socioeconomic area, I do believe that there are opportunities in life, and the way things are targeted within the area do set them up for a disadvantage compared to other people. And if they don't sort of tread a very narrow line, I think the consequences for them are much worse than what they would be for other people. And I do truly believe that. And it's very hard once you get on that, road. It's very hard to get off. I do feel for those people. But, it's in other ways it's very easy to be like, do I break the law or do I not break the law? Do I do the right thing or not do the right thing? Sean says only in 29 states require two plates. California requires two, though, I'm pretty sure, right? Maybe they don't want you, maybe not. California. Yeah. Front and rear plates are required on most types of vehicles in California, including all passenger vehicles. There you go. So, nope, in California, gotta have two. That particular photo does not. So they must have maybe bought the car recently, and they can't give us a tag number because they don't have one. That is annoying because we can't look up when the car was bought or who owned it or anything like that. Okay. Let me see if I can find anything else about these people. Okay, LAPD. Tiffany Bryant and James. It's really not a lot about them. It's very odd. There's only a couple of news sites really looking into it. KTLA? This was 5 days ago. Uh-huh. So apparently CHP issued an endangered missing advisory on behalf of the LAPD, but then upgraded it to an Amber Alert. Vehicle Buick Enclave, champagne in color. No idea where they're going either. None of these articles have like, they could be heading here or they're known to frequent X, Y, and Z areas. Nothing like that. 1 day ago. So originally they issued an EMA. That was on Friday. Then yesterday they issued the Amber Alert. So they upgraded it. California Highway Patrol issued an Amber Alert Monday afternoon for two young children who went missing, along with two adults last week. One of them is believed to be their mother. So is our theory that only one of them is the parent correct? Thought they said both of them were the parents. Here, let's have a look. That's really about it. Okay. Where's the children's name? Willow Bryant. Okay. Let me see if I can find anything on Willow. Okay, the Aware Foundation put out a poster for them. Yeah, not a lot of new information. Just that the Amber Alert includes Los Angeles, Riverside, Orange County, San Bernardino, Ventura, Kern, Imperial, and San Diego counties. Not everywhere, just those particular counties. Interesting. That's interesting. Someone is calling for volunteers. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. Do any of you know who Deputy Skaggs is from that does child abduction cases? I have no idea who that person is. They reckon they have cleared a zone looking for them, but I don't know what that means. Maybe one of their followers who live in that area have been searching for them. Deputy Skaggs. Deputy Sheriff and Second Gen Leo. Deputy Sheriff for who? For what county? For what system? Hold on, let me have a look. I don't know. I've got no idea, but apparently on Twitter he says they're searching for them. and that they've cleared a particular area. If you guys know who that is, let me know what significance he is, because I don't. I have no idea. Let's have a look. That's it, guys. I really don't have much more on them, which is a shame. I wish we had more to tell you or more places to tell you to look out at. Um, yeah, just that they. Yeah, it seems to be the same information that they had even 5 days ago. In the last 5 days, they don't seem to have updated any information, no updates on where they might have been sighted or has anyone noticed them? Has the vehicle been located? Nothing like that. They said here, yeah, same information we already have.
The U.S. Attorney's Office made that announcement today. They are charging 5 people in Perry's death.
All right, there we go. I'll just close it. That's it. That's all I have on that one. I'm sorry, but that's all. Hey, Juicy Jules, how are you? Yeah, there's really no other information right now. If I get more, of course, I'll let you know. But it's a shame. I think if since what date did they get taken? August the 14th, which was last Wednesday. It's been almost a week. Tomorrow will be 7 days they've been missing. That's a long time to be on the run. They could be anywhere by now. You could drive to, I don't know, Dakota, North Dakota in a week. I'm sure you probably could. They could be in Dakota, they could be in Florida, they could be in Texas. They could have driven outside of California days ago. They could be anywhere. Karen Canada says in Canada there are several provinces that don't require 2 plates. Interesting. In Australia, every territory and state makes you have 2 plates front and back unless you are a motorcycle, and then you only have to have one on the back. All right, let's see what else we have on our list. Seven hours ago. More information on the guy who was found in Yonkers. That guy that was cut up and then burned. So it's very interesting. His name is Lutalo Henderson, and he was 46 years of age out of the Bronx. And he is the victim that they found in that crock pot. I think I told you about more of it yesterday. Yeah, I can show you this as a catch-up from News 12 Long Island. Just News 12 New York.
Here on News 12 The Bronx, I'm Nadia Galindo. New developments tonight in a shocking story we've been tracking. Police now identifying the Bronx man whose dismembered body parts were found here in the Bronx and Yonkers. News 12's Lindsay Tanney joins us from Longwood with the very latest. Lindsay.
That's right. Police identified this man as 46-year-old Lutalo Henderson. We're told he lived right behind me at 903 Rogers Place, the apartment where his body was cut up by his killers. News 12 got this surveillance video showing 2 people pushing a shopping cart filled with bags across the street in Longwood. The video, also given to police, is linked to a shopping cart fire in Yonkers. When Yonkers police responded to that fire, they found body parts burned. The case is connected when the NYPD found more body parts at 903 Rogers Place. They also found drugs and a gun in the apartment. Now, we know those body parts belong to Lutalo Henderson. One woman walking into the apartment says her mom lives in the place alone. Here's what she has to say.
It's scary, especially, since I have kids and I come visit my mom, and to know that she's here by herself too.
Police say they're investigating this death as a homicide. There are no arrests at this time. For now, that's the latest in Longwood. I'm Lindsay Tanney, News 12.
Andre is a trusting man.
So there you go. Very sad update. I'm sure his family and friends will be very disappointed to hear that it was him. What is the current record? 25 hours and 39 minutes to drive all the way from coast to coast. If you went from Cali to New York, the Cannonball Run at 182 kilometers an hour. I mean, that's what I mean. You could easily do it in a week, right? Even driving average speed limit. So, yeah, I know, but they had one person in custody who they thought might be a person of interest. That person has now been released from custody with no charges filed against them. Currently waiting on the medical examiner's final report into the man's death, but so far no update on how he died. Yeah, Rachel, I agree. In 1 week, they could just be about anywhere, or they could be hiding in plain sight in LA. Makes it very difficult. I think if they end up putting it as a national Amber Alert, it might help. It'll get more people involved, more media, that one. Good night. See you later, Kathy. Good night. I do have some update here about Erin Patterson too. It sounds like today in the court, they were actually going to set it into this Victorian Supreme Court in Melbourne, but it sounds like her lawyers actually pushed again to have it seen in the country court. And I have a quote here, and I'm going to bring it to you. Her representation, Colin Mandy, said, "If it has to be next year, Miss Patterson is content to wait for that opportunity. The mother and two was charged in November last year after 4 members of her estranged family fell ill following a lunch at her Leongatha home on July 29th. It is alleged she murdered 3 people by serving them a beef Wellington laced with poisonous mushrooms." Yes, apparently. So it sounds like she's choosing to forego a quicker trial. I think if she had chosen Melbourne Supreme Court, it sounds like they could have done it this year, like in a couple of months. They could have done her trial and had her done by the end of the year. But she, again, changed her mind and then pushed for it to go back to Morwell, basically, Latrobe Valley. And that's where they're going to be going. So I still would like to know her reasoning behind it, because I don't think it's as I don't think it's going to garner her any sympathy from the jury, and I don't think it's going to buy her what she thinks it will. I actually think the jury pool is more polluted the closer to the crime than it would be in Melbourne. She might think that there is a bigger media frenzy in Melbourne, but if someone is accused of a weird crime in your little town wherever you live, your entire town is going to be talking about it, right? If this happened in your town wherever you live, your neighbors, your friends, like the shopkeepers down the road, they will all know about it, all of them. And I actually think it's going to pollute her thing a lot more. It's going to pollute her jury pool much more than if she had taken it to Melbourne. If she had taken it to Melbourne, she would have had a higher chance to pick up someone who had no idea about the case. and would be listening to it like with a fresh mindset, because there's a lot of people in Melbourne who don't listen to true crime or don't listen to media or traditional media. So I actually think she did herself an injustice by pushing for it to go back to her hometown or her home region. I think she's made a very critical error. Not only that, but I would suggest if you thought you were that innocent, you would want to get out of jail urgently, right? Like you would just want to get out of there. You'd be like, I hate it here. I'm innocent. I don't want to be here. You would not be like, sure, let's extend my stay in prison by half a year. I can't imagine anyone wants to be in jail if they don't have to be. Most people would be chomping at the bit to get to trial so they can prove their innocence and try get out of there. So I find her reasoning, her strategy very odd. And her legal team has to take her direction, but I would have tried to convince her otherwise. And that I would have told her, if you feel like you are innocent, let's try to go to trial as quickly as possible. And not to give the defense, not to give the prosecution more time with the evidence. You're giving the prosecution even more time to tighten down their evidence. You're giving them more time to find more people, to get more tests done, to get more reports, more specialists, more. They've got time to send things away to America labs, and I really think she's taken a misstep here. No, I didn't see it. What's going on? Hold on. Sorry, what's going on? You don't want to live anymore, my friend? Come on, you were happy last week. Come be happy with us and come be angry at random things. Come be angry with Ping. Ping likes to be angry about random stuff. Come be angry. It's fun. We can talk about what makes Ping angry. Let's talk about Jesse Vang. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I'll end up punching something. What if I tell you a story about a guy who died while skydiving? That's weird, right? Apparently here, an Aussie dad of six children dies in a skydiving accident while on weekend adventure with his son, as his wife is dealt another blow due to life insurance fine print. His name was Roger Goltz, died in a skydiving accident. A GoFundMe has been set up by his family. A father of six has died in a horrific skydiving accident, with his devastated wife fearing the family could lose their home. He was an IT technician from Jervis Bay on New South Wales south coast, died at the weekend, leaving behind his wife Kelly and their 6 children aged between 14 and 25. Mr. Goltz was an inexperienced skydiver and had completed over 80 jumps before his accident on Saturday. While his parachute opened perfectly, it's understood he turned too low and fast due to the wind, which put him at the wrong angle to land on the ground. He suffered a catastrophic brain injury upon impact. He was put on a ventilator at the scene before being taken to hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Roger and my 18-year-old son, Kai, had gone skydiving like they always do. Kai saw his dad go down but didn't realize it was him until he saw his shoe. Why won't they get their insurance? Let's see. Mrs. Goltz, whose 4 out of 6 children live at home, is now worried she may not be able to keep her house as skydiving was not covered by their life insurance. Well, yep. sometimes these type of extreme sports are not covered under standard insurance. So that is very sad that he died over the weekend. He kind of looks like Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man. He sort of looks like Australian Iron Man. Not in that photo, but this photo here. He sort of looks like Australian Iron Man. And there's his lovely family. That is very sad. Very sad that he died. So he'd done like a million jumps before, and this one time it went wrong, and his death has been referred to the coroner for further investigation. So, how sad. I hope his wife is able to, I don't know, appeal the insurance payout. So far, they've raised around $5,000 on GoFundMe through the website. Angela says, "Does Erin think country folk will take her side?" Yeah, I don't think she would be very happy. I don't think they will be very happy when she tried to paint them all as people who are country hicks who like to go mushroom picking, and she also tried to destroy businesses in town by saying that they sold her the mushrooms. So I don't think she's going to have too many advocates on her side. Hey, Medina, how are you? Good to see you. I'm just trying to see if we got a reply. Hey, Snapcrackle, how are you? Yeah, Glitter, just stay with us, Glitter. Come be angry about stuff. Ping can show you a story to get angry about. I'll change your emotions in a second. I'll change you from upset to angry. Angry solves everything in true crime. No, okay, that's not true. That's not true. Okay. Hey, do you remember that guy that we heard about in San Bernardino? They found his body and it was on fire. Did we ever get an update for that of who he was or how he ended up at the back of someone's home in San Bernardino? I don't think we did. Hold on. Okay. There has been no update at all. What? How is that possible? There's been no update at all in a month. Do they just not know who he was, or? That is very odd, right? So if you don't remember this story, they got a call out for a fire, and when they went there and put the fire out, they realized it was a man who had been set on fire and dumped there. And then, yeah, it was behind people's homes on a dirt lot. Still no update about who he might be, how he got there, who might have done it to him. Nothing. There's no update at all. Yeah, when I look it up, the last update was a month ago. Hold on, what's going on here? Chicago murder suspect in custody after lengthy manhunt in Lake Barrington. Let's have a look. This is an update from the sheriff's office. So let's have a look.
Christopher Covelli, Covelli, with the Lake County Sheriff's Office. So as you're aware, we were actively looking for the suspect of a homicide that occurred in Chicago. He and another individual fled on foot after bailing out of their vehicle after being involved in a traffic collision on 14 and Pepper. The female was located and taken into custody relatively quick. We established a very large perimeter with our municipal partners who were absolutely tremendous during this entire search effort. We had the assistance of the Illinois State Police additionally, and other area resources that came out and really lended a lot of assistance, tools for us to use, including an aircraft, drones, canines, approximately 20 canines that were out here throughout the day. As we approached the evening hours, around 6 o'clock, we started closing in to the east from the west. So our canines started moving from the west side of the perimeter into the east side of the perimeter. As our units were searching from west to east, one of our perimeter units located Mr. Little, ordered him to stop. He did not stop. He instead fled on foot. He fled out of a area over in an industrial zone of Lake Barrington. He ran westbound and then southbound onto Pepper. One of our deputies was able to give chase. He ran inside of an occupied building, though, that was occupied by some workers in this industrial area. Our sheriff's deputies and our municipal partners were able to evacuate those that were working in the building, as we didn't know if this individual was armed or what his intent was. He then barricaded himself inside of the building, inside of an office that's in the building. We were able to develop a perimeter around this building to ensure it was sealed and that he was contained in this one specific area. We brought in negotiators that spoke to this individual for a lengthy period of time. And just moments ago, he did open the door. He surrendered peacefully. He was taken into custody. Anytime we have an event of this magnitude, we have the paramedics respond just to evaluate.
All right, I will show you there what this was all about. Now, it was a lengthy manhunt. They say the suspect, a 38-year-old man, was driving a pickup truck with a female passenger inside when he rear-ended another vehicle at Route 14 on Pepper Road in Lake Barrington around 12:30 p.m. Witnesses told the sheriff that the suspect fled on foot, and they described him as possibly armed and dangerous. They're saying the woman appeared to try and blend in with onlookers after the crash, trying to escape herself, but police located her nearby at a gas station 90 minutes into their search. The woman is currently in police custody, and police recovered 2 firearms, including one from a bathroom at the gas station. The sheriff believes the guns belong to the woman or the suspect. So they went on this big police manhunt, and I'm trying to find out why. Like, what murder did he do? God, it's a busy night in Chicago. Let me do some more research into this and find out what he did to go on the run. But apparently, under half an hour ago, 6 people have been shot and 1 fatally on Chicago's South Side on Tuesday evening. Police said the shooting happened in the back of the Yards neighborhood in the 5100 block of South Ashland Avenue just after 7 p.m. Officers responded to the call of shots fired and found multiple gunshot victims. Oh man, they have so many people. Let me play you a video of that. I'm going to do some research into who that guy was and what was he running from, and see if we can find an original article. But I'm going to play you... Actually, I'm not going to play that. I'm going to go back here. Yeah, I'm going to play you this video. This is about the one we're talking about right now. I'll look for the shooting tonight after.
Lake County, Illinois Sheriff's deputies say after crashing his pickup truck, the murder suspect ran into an occupied building and barricaded himself inside of an office space before surrendering to authorities hours later. Paramedics arrive at the conclusion of an hours-long standoff on Pepper Road in Lake Barrington to evaluate a murder suspect who deputies say was held up inside of a building following a multi-agency manhunt. According to Lake County, Illinois Sheriff's deputies, the suspect, who has not yet been charged, was wanted in connection with a murder in Chicago. It was around 12:30 this afternoon when deputies tell us the suspect crashed at Route 14 and Pepper Road when his pickup truck ran out of gas. He then ran away.
One of our deputies was able to give chase. He ran inside of an occupied building, though. Our sheriff's deputies and our municipal partners were able to evacuate those that were working in the building, as we didn't know if this individual was armed or what his intent was.
More than an hour into the search, police then turning their attention to this woman, who they say was riding with the suspect when he crashed. Police taking her into custody. We've blurred her face since she hasn't been charged. Deputies say they recovered a gun inside of a nearby gas station that either belongs to the suspect or the woman. At this time, police would not provide us any information on the murder. The suspect.
You heard at the end there, they said they wouldn't provide any information on the murder. I can't find anything either. They're not giving out those details right now, but I can show you a photo of the suspect. So here's a photo of him jumping out of a vehicle or hiding behind a door of a vehicle. Maybe when he had that crash, maybe. But he was wanted in connection to some other murder earlier on, and he went on the run over it. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer McCain, good to see you. Hey, how are you? Jennifer says, sounds like the government was going to take the children, so the parents took off with them during a visit. You might be right. You might be right. You could be 100% correct, actually. It's a good theory, Jennifer. Good to have you here. Hey, nice to see your name in the chat, too. Yeah, murdered someone. Why or who or when? They haven't told us. Why are they blurred? I'm not sure, Evil. Yeah, so they are not giving any details on the earlier homicide or where it happened, who he murdered. Nothing. Just that he had gone on the run from that original crime. Very odd. I've never seen a case where they wouldn't tell you what the original crime was. Yeah, let's see. Does this have anything?
Breaking news we're following right now. Major search for a suspect in Lake Barrington.
That's right. The sheriff's office reports that they are searching for a man wanted in connection to a murder here in Chicago. The sheriff's office says that Osiella Little fled Chicago police near Route 14 and Pepper Road. Now, if you see this man, you're being urged not to approach him. Little is considered armed and dangerous. Instead, call police immediately.
We're also learning new information this afternoon about an officer-involved shooting. It happened Sunday in Pilsen.
Okay, that second video had nothing to do with it. Jennifer says Mexico would stop them at the border. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Montana, Idaho. Yeah, get away from LA. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's see. Yeah, I do find that a little odd that they wouldn't tell us what the original crime was. Just that he was on the run. They gave us his name, but not where he came from. Strange, and it's weird that there's no like random murder in the news that we could try and connect it to. Like, I don't see. I'm just trying to see if there's like a homicide that happened. Like, I don't see one in the last, like, I'm sure there have been, but they're all about him. Like, there was, he was on the run. He's a homicide suspect, but no, like, hey, a woman was found here. Here, actually. 13 hours ago, 8 shot, 4 murdered in Windy City on day 1 of the convention. Okay. Can they tell us anything about it? Here. 30-year-old man was... No, that sounds like a robbery. Here, around noon Monday, officers responded to a call asking them to check on the well-being of the caller's family friend and located the 25-year-old male victim unresponsive in an alleyway in the 8200 block of South Shore Drive with a gunshot wound to the head. He was pronounced dead on the scene. There's another one. Around 5 p.m., a 17-year-old boy was driving westbound on the 3800 block of West 26th Street when a truck approached him and an unknown person fired multiple shots in the victim's direction, leaving him stuck on the left shoulder until officers arrived. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. And then a 34-year-old man was standing on a sidewalk in the 8000 block of South Green Street when two unknown male offenders began shooting in his direction before fleeing the scene. The victim sustained a gunshot wound to the head and was transported to a nearby hospital, but he survived. Yeah, so only the first couple are the ones that here. At approximately 10:20 p.m., officers responded to another report of shots fired and discovered a 33-year-old man on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds to the face and arms. He was transported to a nearby hospital where he later died. So there's been a few different homicides in Chicago in the last 24 hours, but nothing I can really fully connect to the guy they're looking for. Yeah, they did get a pretty good photo of him. That photo was pretty sharp. They did have a pretty good photo. All right. Yeah, this one here, this photo. This one here, him either jumping out of a vehicle or getting into a vehicle, hiding behind a door, looking a little suspicious. But he's now in custody after a standoff, so maybe we'll find out if they do another press conference about why he was wanted for murder in Chicago. Until then, we'll have to keep waiting and keep wondering. Apparently a young kid, 19-year-old kid, was brutally bashed in Koreatown neighborhood in Los Angeles. How sad. He fell into a coma, apparently. Yeah, I'll show you. Police investigating mysterious death of 19-year-old in Koreatown, according to the LAPD. Man's family say he fell and injured his head during an attack. The LAPD are investigating the mysterious death of a 19-year-old man in Koreatown late last month, in which his family believes was a result of an attack. Junhee Han, I'm probably saying that wrong, was taken to Whittier Hospital on July 25th to be treated for a head injury sustained during an apparent fall. According to family members, the fall was the result of an attack that occurred at the end of July in the 700 block of South Harvard Boulevard. Detectives have not confirmed the family's claim that Han's death was the result of an attack, but are working to gather evidence and witness statements on the incident. But here it says, man 19 dies days after violent unprovoked attack in LA's Koreatown. They said, according to the Korea Daily, the victim briefly made eye contact with his attacker as the man passed him on an electronic scooter. Han, who was wearing headphones, never saw the suspect turn around and approach him from behind, throw him to the ground where he reportedly hit his head and face, then endured a beating by the man while he was on the ground. Apparently, he told his father, I got jumped on the street. It did not hurt that much. It's not that uncomfortable, he told his father, who recalled the last conversation he had with his son. I asked him, why not fight back? He said it was too dangerous. The guy was bigger than him. Well, that is very sad for his family. A guy just randomly kicked and beaten to death while walking down the side of the road. How does that work? That is rough and brutal. Poor family. I feel very sorry for them. Well, Glitter might be just having a rough day. I hope Glitter comes back tomorrow. Hope she feels better tomorrow. She's a pretty nice lady. Hey guys, it is getting late. I'm gonna head out for the day. I really appreciate you all hanging around. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have some good updates in cases that we've been waiting on. That would be nice. And then, yeah, we've got more true crime to do with you tomorrow. Unfortunately, our swear button didn't turn up yet. It's not even out for delivery yet. So we might get it either later tonight or tomorrow or something. Amazon. What a slow company. So, hey, I love you all. Thank you for all being here at my channel, Nights with Ping. We try and do as much as we can every day. We do as many live shows as we can fit in every single day. I appreciate all my subscribers. And to all the new people who subscribe here, hey, leave a comment down below, down here somewhere. And you know, one of the greatest ways you can support this channel is to help me with the algorithm, and that's by watching another video. So if you haven't watched, you know, another video today, pick another one. We've got over 300 live streams on this channel that you could choose from, and it'll help keep us ranked in the daily algorithm spaghetti. So I would appreciate that. And for the other people who support the channel with memberships or a donation here and there, I very much appreciate it. It's very kind of you. It does help keep the channel going and help support projects like heading out to trial for Aaron Patterson and things like that. So until tomorrow, until 9 p.m. tomorrow, I'll see you then. Peace out. Good night, everyone. See you later. Bye.